Welcome. This is Mount Zion in the 12th hour. I'm going to talk about the Feast of Tabernacles. What's the real meaning of the Feast of Tabernacles? Join me as I dive into the mysteries of the Feast of Tabernacles and I try to uncover its true meaning. The Feast of Tabernacles was celebrated after the ingathering of different fruits, which was a type pointing forward to the spiritual harvest of the nations. So these different fruits represent the current nations. So let us get deep into the study. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles, for 7 days unto the Yahweh. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Yahweh. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Yahweh. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. So the Feast of Tabernacles was ordained by the Yahweh himself to be observed at an appointed time, which is the 15th day of the 7th month. We also see that even our Savior had to observe the Feast of Tabernacles at an appointed time. In John 7, verse 2, you can read through to verse 10. Now the Jews' Feast of Tabernacles was at hand, verse 10. But when his brethren were gone up, then went he also up unto the feast, not openly, but as it were in secret. We don't choose when to celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles. Yahweh ordained the time, and we follow his schedule. So in the Bible, we have an example of King Jeroboam, who violated the time and the rule of the Feast of Tabernacles. 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 32. And Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month, on the 15th day of the month, like unto the feast that is in Judah. And he offered upon the altar. So did he in Bethel, sacrificing unto the calves that he had made. And he placed in Bethel the priests of the high places which he had made. So he offered upon the altar which he had made in Bethel the 15th day of the 8th month, even in the month which he had devised in his own heart, and ordained a feast unto the children of Israel, and offered upon the altar, and burnt incense. So this is the type. We must have future rebellion like Jeroboam did. And today we have the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Because they do not have the creation calendar, they don't know when the seventh biblical month, Tishri or Ethanim. So the General Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church has devised camp meetings to take the place of the Feast of Tabernacles. And they do observe their camp meetings starting in July, August, September, October, and etc. This is a violation of Yahweh's appointed time for the Feast of Tabernacles. And we have a latter-day prophecy in the book of Zechariah, chapter 14. Whereby the Yahweh is going to require all nations to come up. Let's turn to Zechariah 14, verse 16. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which come against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Yahweh of hosts, and keep the Feast of Tabernacles. This is the future. Verse 17. And it shall be that whoso will not come of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Yahweh of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. This has not taken place, but is pointing in the future. Verse 18. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague, wherewith the Yahweh will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. This shall be the punishment of Egypt, and the punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. In other words, the nations today, if they don't respond, Yahweh rejects them. They are not harvested. Because the intention of the Feast of Tabernacles was for the spiritual harvest of the nations, which was symbolized by the different fruits. So I don't know how you think about these scriptures. You can leave your thought in the comments below. Anyway, thank you for watching as always.